Hi there, welcome to Two Devs on a Sofa. This week we're actually on a sofa, which is a massive positive. My name's Charlie, this is Mike,
Hey.
and today we have a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
So I'm Rosie Bennett. I'm the Centre Director for the SETsquared Innovation Centre.
Nice, we got
And
that.
it's my sofa. We're on my sofa.
We're on
at the
Rosie's
Innovation
sofa.
Centre. So.
Yep. Yeah. So Mike, I thought we'd maybe talk about meetups a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Rosie or anything?
Yeah, so kind of wanted to start with sort of what meetups are, I guess, and you know, which ones you go to.
So I've been at Bath for about 10 years, and I can honestly say that the reason I am working here and that I've been involved in all the tech companies, including you guys, the reason I'm here is because of the TechSpark meetup. When I first came to the area, didn't know that many people in the industry, and was sort of struggling to get back into work after having my kids and being away out of the workplace. And it was really important that there was a place that I could go meet people, you know, completely on my own. So you just go and turn up on your own, and it's quite an intimidating thing to do anyway.
No, it is. It's really hard, particularly when, like you say, if you're new to an area and you don't really know the industry, or if you don't really know like the people and you're on your own, then it's, that can be really hard.
And particularly as well, being a girl in tech, because actually, if you go to a lot of tech meetups, that you are sometimes the only girl in the room. So, you know, so that was also something to get over. But I think because of the way TechSpark is specifically in this area, they're very friendly group, quite a small community. Once you know somebody, they will introduce you to somebody else. So I would say that was, you know, one of the most important things in getting me back to work, and B, getting to understand the tech industry in Bristol Bath area.
That's cool. So where do you go to find the meetups when you started anyway?
Yeah, interesting one. I mean, I can't actually remember, but it's probably a bit of searching. And I think now Meetup, the platform, is really good at recommending.
Meetup.com.
Yeah, and so I think it wasn't so much back then, but now it's great. But I think also a bit of word of mouth. Once you meet one person, that they go to one, and they'll say, "Oh, you should come off that one."
That's a sort of spiral effect. Once you get into one of them, you kind of start networking your way around them.
Yeah, or I suppose you might see a poster or something as well. I think people are getting better at advertising them and on Twitter.
Yeah, I think these days, particularly, like you say, on Twitter and posters in places like this and in the guild, the co-working hub, I think there's a lot of sort of talk around that kind of stuff these days.
Yeah,
which,
and Bath Camp as well.
Yeah,
so that was
is that one that you started with?
Because that wasn't actually on Meetup. That was kind of its own thing. So I think that's probably the first one.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think as well, meetups like that are generally themed. So they're all it's all tech, aren't they? But they tend to run with a theme every week, and so you would go because you've joined into that theme. And you're interested in the speakers or something. Yeah,
definitely. I go to Bath Camp now as well, and that's one of the big things for me about Bath Camp is that it's really diverse subjects every time. So a lot of the other sort of more techie meetups I go to are sort of like the PHP Southwest one, which is always about PHP, or the Bath JS one, which is always about, well, it's always about pizza actually, but half the time it's about
pizza.
But I really like the Bath Camp one because every time it's something completely different, which means that they get some really interesting speakers and some really great topics in there actually.
And it's also really just nice to meet people, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's also a way to get out and to just talk to people that you don't know. And meetups, you can actually just go up to people, can't you, and just talk to strangers.
It's about
So
the
it's
only
every
scenario where so you can just randomly approach people and be like, "Hi, I'm Mike."
It does take the pretense out of it a little bit. You have to worry about being cool.
And also having badges, I love it when people have badges on with their names on. I mean, I think people should do that anyway.
It's
It'd be great. Everyone should have a badge because Google
does
Glass
make you
doesn't
more
work,
friendly,
but it's the
doesn't it?
same principle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love it. I can never remember people's names. Yeah.
Cool. So you mentioned about sort of a few of the opportunities and where you've got to now because of meetups back in the past. Is it something that you would recommend people go to with the view of getting something out of, or do they just go for the love of it and it comes with it?
I think a bit of both actually. Because I think if you just went with a kind of I need the job or I need to change career or something, I think you would go and be quite close to the opportunities, and I think the opportunities are about meeting other people and kind of being open to new conversations. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I think primarily go because you're interested in the meetup. It'd be kind of weird if you went to one that was completely random.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
Done that by accident sometimes.
Bath Knitting Society.
Exactly. But you never know.
Yeah.
You might like knitting.
Really love knitting
Yeah.
now.
But I think, but also the really key is to just go and talk to people and not hold back. And I think that's the worst thing, if you kind of go thinking, actually, I'm really nervous, and it's having a few conversations started, just isn't it, to have in your head when you go. And,
yeah, I have to say I felt exactly like that. So I've always been to lots of techie meetups ever since I've been a developer. Really, I've always been to like PHP Southwest, places like that. But since sort of starting the academy, I've started going to more of the businessy, entrepreneurial type meetups, and where there are people who aren't all techie.
yeah.
And that to start with sort of really scared me, and I always used to kind of sit in the corner and be like, I don't know what to talk to people. and then sort of
But
after
they are
sort of,
surprisingly untechy as well, some of them,
yeah,
aren't they?
yeah, oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
if you're not techie and you want to get into it, it's not, you can still go, can't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I think that that's one of the things that I love about some of the tech meetups, actually, is that you get a lot of non-techie people there that are just there to talk to you. And I was almost on the other end of that. I was the non-businessy person at a businessy sort of entrepreneurial meetup, and I kind of wanted to learn from them, and I was a bit scared. But within sort of 5 minutes of being there, people just come and talk to you, which is really nice, and then it's so easy. And the amount of contacts and business opportunities and things like that have come from meetups for myself, at least, or for Maiden Academy, has been fantastic.
I also think it really helps if you have a way to follow up. So if you're on LinkedIn, or if you have business cards, because the worst thing is like going, I met this really cool person, and then I completely didn't follow up or something after, because that's part of the value, isn't it?
It's always hard to know the etiquette with like the business card exchange. It's like, has this been a worthy meeting? Should I give you my card, or should we just talk?
Yeah.
But then LinkedIn's good, isn't it? Because it's a bit like.
Yeah, so as long as you've got their name,
It's
then you can just.
non-committal.
Yeah. You're not even face to face. If they want to
have my LinkedIn,
Yeah. No, I agree.
So we found that when we came to the Innovation Centre, you've been very open and really easy to talk to, and I say is that something that's happened because you've attended so many meetups? In terms of, do you learn that, or is that just how you are? Like,
I think they definitely give you confidence to be more open, and you kind of get used to talking about your subject, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you work at home, especially if you're like sole trader or you work on your own, you actually don't speak to many people sometimes. And that's really important. So you may think you know a lot about your subject or what you're working on in your company, but actually when you start talking to people, it comes out like, what? And so when you go to meetups, it's a really good way to practice, to talk about it. So that say you're going for investment or you're recruiting, actually it's a way that you can start to just express yourself properly.
Yeah, I completely
see
agree.
if people are interested in what you're doing. And
We always say the same thing sort of over and over again, and now I'm really good at it.
You got your script.
Exactly.
But we recommend it to the junior developers that are coming our way. We always say you should go to and attend meetups. And it's not just from the point of view of a networking point of view, but it's like the confidence building and talking about what they're doing and starting to kind of put those roots down of being able to talk confidently about tough sort of stuff as well, which is.
Can I tell you about my meetup?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Only because it leads on from that.
Okay.
I've got my meetup group is about women that work in tech in the area, so it's like founders, freelancers, and anyone that's interested really. So it's called ITGirls, and that's it's IT in the old school sense, but also in inclusive tech, because the idea is to get lots of people involved in tech who might feel it's not for them.
Sure.
And part of it is women that's worked in the industry for a longer time, mentoring young women that come through and helping finding jobs and helping finding contacts. So that's the premise of the group, of the meetup. We meet kind of every couple of months, and one of the really important things we do at the beginning of the meetup is everybody stands up and says their name and what they do and why they're there. And it's only like a 20-30 second introduction, but it's really important. Especially for women who tend to be quite scared to stand up sometimes. It's that little bit of like pushing yourself slightly, introduce yourself to a group of people you don't know, and it's not only then everyone has a point of reference so they can talk to you about it, it also means that you've got that confidence and you can do it again, and then if you do it in our group then you can go on to do it in a bigger group in a meeting, or really cool. In other places where it's slightly more intimidating. So it's a kind of nice space to do that.
Great. It's really inclusive.
Oh yeah, it's the whole point of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
When did you start ITGirls?
ITGirls. So the actual group has been going for a long time, but it's more formal in the last couple of years, and been running the meetups. And I think that's because we're trying to create a bit of a network for helping people get jobs, and you know, a few people have got their own businesses, so it's more about helping them sync up with other opportunities locally. So yeah, we've been 2 years running the meetup. We've been doing field trips, like we went to Web Summit.
Nice.
Great, in Lisbon.
So that was really good in
us
Lisbon. So
How
that
was
was
that?
great.
Tell us all about it.
It was great. They were doing these really cheap $50 tickets for women. They did a week-long special offer, so we all dived on it. And I think 9 of us went out, and it was a bit like an apprentice. We hired an Airbnb in the middle of Lisbon,
Cool.
all shared rooms, and it was fantastic. We had a ball, and it was a really interesting conference. So that was good. We've got a couple of other things we run. Annually we do a big Minecraft event for kids. That we do a big mass Minecraft over 48 hours, a big
cool.
competition.
Yeah.
We did some stuff
That's
with
what I said, did you do that?
That's the
Bath
Bath
Digital
Digital
Festival as well, yeah.
And we ran another couple of events as part of the festival. We had a Women in Tech panel. And then we've got a new thing coming up, which is Pop-Up Tech Cafe.
Oh, cool. I haven't heard of this.
Where we're getting, I think there's an issue with some people who feel they're excluded from tech, and I'm talking entry-level tech, so FaceTiming, using an iPod, using a smartphone properly, really entry-level, but people struggle with it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'd sign my parents up straight away.
Exactly.
My dad.
There's a generational thing. So actually, what we're trying to do now is set up these pop-up cafes where we can just be there, and people can come in, drop in, have a cup of coffee,
really nice.
and we can just help them out with phones or whatever it is that they want help with.
Kind of makes it less threatening, because I suppose the only time they would get help like that is when they're going to buy something, and it's going to be like the pressure sale, isn't it?
Exactly.
Or if you go into a store and then you're expected to pay money and you don't know whether your problem is like, should I be paying money or how to do this? Or, no, that sounds like a really great idea.
I think it's good, and I think tech has become an entry point to most things now, to both shopping, but also to find out information, and a lot of things that you used to be able to pick up the phone to do, they refer you back to their website. So if you're not part of that, then you're getting excluded. You're not part of the conversation. So it's important to
Great. So is that something that you've arranged through the ITGirls?
So it's ITGirls. So we're going to start a new campaign in the new year.
Oh, great.
And start having simultaneous events in local cafes across the area.
Oh, cool.
On the same mornings.
Oh, nice. Well, keep us up to date with that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really interesting.
Bring some students along as well.
Exactly.
Convenience for the day as well.
And I'm also hoping that we can get some sixth form girls and some students from universities and colleges to come and help out as well.
Great. Awesome. Okay.
Brilliant.
All right.
Well, cool. Well, thank you very much for today. I think that probably wraps up what we've got to talk about today. But if there's anything else, we're all at the Innovation Centre, so come and find any of us.
Yeah.
See ya.